there's a thought given to the messaging that's coming with this album. And from the Shannon's home, I wondered if that message might be stick to what's natural to you, stay what's true to you. Does the album stick to that message or is there more?
I mean, lyrically, there's a lot of messages on this album.
Hmm.
Uh, the Shannon's Home is maybe even one of the least message transporting song,
Really? Okay.
like lyrically, musically, for sure, it has this message of just doing what feels right. Of I think this song itself, it doesn't sound very modern in any way. Um, it's just something we've just felt it sounds magical for us. The melodies in it, and we found it very interesting. The guitar is not just playing, standard power chords. We were just feeling something with that song, so we were putting it out as the first single, um, regardless if it's maybe something that's in fashion or not. Um, but the lyrics of that song, they are a metaphor for life. Like the Shannon is a big river in Ireland, and I just saw it was a nice picture, a nice image, like
Hmm.
a river has a spring, everything is calm and innocent first, and then life is going through maybe some more rough patches. You take some debris on the way, which is swimming on the river, then
Yeah.
going with you. You have that in life, those moments, and you take it with you, that baggage. And
And you
and
learn along the way.
yeah. And in the end, the river flows back to the ocean, where all
Hmm.
the water came from in the first place. Like when our life ends, like everything we carried with us, things we did to other people, things we brought into this world are just brought into this whole universe of life, of
Hmm.
human life then, because it's not our own life anymore, because we are not there anymore. But what we did maybe remains, and we can just hope in a good way, that we did some good stuff in our life that remains.
Yeah.
And that's the message of that song, if you are looking at the lyrics of it.
So this makes me want to ask then, what's one lesson this version of the band has learned that maybe previous versions of it didn't have to or didn't apply?
Oh, I mean, you always learn as an artist. You when you start, you are naive, and you are too trusting,
Hmm.
especially when it's about the music business around you. And this is something that I definitely learned that in those uh, 2.5 decades since our debut album, that I can handle the business side of it a little bit better, to not let it interfere with my artist side in a
Mm-hmm.
bad way. That's a very important thing to learn. Keep that really clean, that you really, as an artist, can stay true to yourself. That's something, but it needs time. Uh, as a young artist, you need to be very, very bold for that. You know?
That's how you learn.
Yeah, yeah, sure. And yeah, and it was very, very important when we had this new lineup,
Mhm.
that even more important than being good musicians, it was that we can have a good time together.
Right.
That we understand each other on a personal level, that we would just feel comfortable with each other when we're on tour, that we can just go to places together and enjoy it. And I think this is maybe more important than everything else. Of course, they need to be good musicians, you need to play the songs on stage. But to be able to do that, you need to feel comfortable together as musicians on stage. I think people can feel that. And I think people can really feel that we are feeling very, very comfortable together as a band right now.
Yes. Yeah, I see experimentation, I see excitement. I mean, that we're ready for everything that you're going to throw our way. And I wonder if all of you agreed, when we were talking about this new album and you're talking about putting it together, were all of you in agreement that the album is still a solid way to make a complete artistic statement? It's still important to make an album. Like in a world where streaming wants constant releases, constant singles. I would imagine all of you agree on that, that an album is still important when it comes to making a complete artistic statement.
Yeah, we do. We all think that. There was definitely not a discussion where some of us said, "Oh no, let's just do singles like some others do,"
Mhm.
um, and some said, "No, we need to make an album." That was actually never the question. Maybe it's a bit of a habit also, because that's where we come from,
Right.
and but it's also something that we thought about. It's not something that was never a point of self-reflection, because when you look around, you see that some artists release single songs on Spotify, and at some point they might put them together to a physical release, but
Hmm.
they were not even intended to be that in the first place. The problem for me with that is that you can hardly, or let's say the other way around, you need to have every song be in a way that it fulfills certain expectations, especially if you are a band that looks on things like, okay, that needs to be successful commercially.
Hmm.
This is not something how we look at music, but if you do, you would need to have every song that you release as a streaming single, like, okay, it needs to hit within the first 10 seconds, you know? But we don't want to do that. We want a song to develop over 8 minutes, you know, stuff
Yeah.
like that. You know, that you can just sit down, close the door, and just let yourself fall into a world of music for an hour, uh, and not just listen to it on the go. Okay, just skip through the playlist of new songs that just been released, and after 10 songs, ah no, that's nothing. And that one, okay, these first 10 seconds, I listen to that later because it seems nice. You lose so much when
You
you look at
do.
music like that. We
Yeah.
would never want to be part of that kind of world that looks at music like that. Um, Also, songs can, which is something maybe that you had in mind now, can be a statement together musically, not just on their own, but also if you have 10 songs that also work together, because it shows a palette of you as an artist. This is also important for us, that we can be diverse, that we can uh, show people this is a whole range of things that we want to do.
Right.
And if you give people just a single song at a time, they will always think this needs to be all the world that this artist is. We can see it even if we release singles from an album, that
Right.
people sometimes, it's almost funny. We have three singles out at the moment. Each single sounds completely different from each other, even though you can always hear that it's us, but they are different. They just show a palette, because we are not just one thing, and that's important
Hmm.
for us. People hear a song, and then you can find in the YouTube comments, oh, that turned into that now.
Right.
This is not really my thing. You immediately feel like, okay, but uh, you cannot judge a band by just one song.
No.
This
Look
is
at the
if
entire
you
history.
know,
Yeah.
look also, just wait what the album sounds like as a whole. It will create a picture. Look
Hmm.
at that bigger picture then.
Yeah, it's important to create that for you. And it sounds like it's also important to you to show your entire skill set as musicians and your entire skill set, when it comes to creative direction too. You're putting together videos that could be mini movies, and that's important. You want the world to know that you can do that too. I'm excited
Yeah,
for tour because Andrea puts on some great tours. But I don't think there's a US tour just yet. I know we've got one for Europe, but is a US tour coming?
there will be one coming for sure.
Yes.
Of
Okay.
course. I mean, come on.
I was
We've been,
hoping so.
yeah, I mean, we have been doing a tour where we have been supporting another band on in each of the last 3 years. We have been, 3 tours in the last 3 years. And of course, this is leading towards us being able to do a headliner tour on our own
Hmm.
in the US. Although at this point, we are not quite sure because we have also something on the table, which might be a good thing to do with another band together again. So let's see what we do first. I think the next weeks, or at least the next 2, 3 months, might show something, and we might be able to tell people something about our plans for the US and Canada in next year, because we 100% want to go to North America next year, definitely.
Ah, we can't wait. August 7th, everybody mark their calendars, Eclipse, it's when it's out. Marco, thank you so much for sitting with me and telling us a little bit about this album. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time as well and for your support. Very appreciated.